Alright, so here we are with Potionomics. It's recently been brought to my attention that one of the mechanics in the game works in a way that's very beneficial to us, and it works not the way that I expected it to work. That card is... well, not just this card, any card with a shocked mechanic, but this one's the easiest to apply, because you don't have to play it. So the way shocked actually works is the interest gain, or the loss of, interest penalty actually stacks additively. So if you, this is something I did not know. I just assumed it was like most other effects with durations in the game. I assumed that it would just stack durations, but that's not how it works. The duration, if you apply this, it just sets the duration to 2. If it was either at 1 or if it was already at 2, it just sets it to 2 again. And it sets the duration to 2 turns, and then it adds whatever the 25%, if it's at 25 it goes up to 50, if it's at 50 it goes up to 75, and then once it's at 100 or higher, you just are not applying interest anymore, unless you have some special card that ignores penalties. There's a card that's like that, but this is huge because the idea is I want to use this card, Craftsmanship, and there's I could also use Artistry. I threw one of these in here just for kicks, but Craftsmanship's going to be a little bit easier to use because once you have Rhythm in play, reduce the cost of all cards by 1, boom, Craftsmanship costs 0, and also boom, Improv costs 0 once Rhythm is in play. So this card, the mechanic on this is it doesn't look at the current cost, it looks at the base cost. So cards that are printed as costing 1 or 2, even if they've been reduced, all these, like this one, it won't draw Artistry even if you have Rhythm in play, because Artistry's been brought down to 1, but on the card it's printed there, the original cost is 2, and that's what Improv looks at. And that's actually good, because if they're only, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but but it's good for us because, well, we want to play Shock Factor. We want 4 stacks of Shock Factor, so that we cannot apply interest anymore, and then we just play, we have 2 Craftsmanships and an Improv, or we just want to play Improv and then 2 Craftsmanships over and over and over and over and over again until we get tired of it. And we want to get, my goal, just because it's a meme number, I want to get over 9,000% on the markup. That's going to be, 9,001 or higher. That's a nice little meme number that everybody knows that over 9,000. It's good for kicks. We're gonna do it. So it's actually a lot easier than I thought because of the way that the shock debuff works. Previously, I thought that you had to wait for the customer to block, and then you could only play this once, and then you had to keep ending your turn and banking extra patience, and it was just really awkward to play. But part of what my goal here is that I don't want my hand to get super big. I want to actually be able to get rid of cards if I need to. Why? Because when I'm playing Improv, if you have more than like 15 or so cards, then they start spilling off the edges of the screen, and you can't see the first cards on your left, and you can't see the last cards on your right. You have to wait for them to cycle into the middle, and that's just a real pain. So some of these are mostly filler. I mean, Flattery, technically, this is 1 card that it can only, you can only play 1 copy of this, 15%. But the long term, just playing this once, it's it's a good filler because playing that once, you get another. It's like playing this card 5 times. So that's sort of cool. It's kind of, in the scheme of this infinite, it's a little bit irrelevant, but most of it's kind of like that. Basically, I want the engine to be more reliable, so I have some stuff in here, like I'm going to need to get rid of stress, but I'm just going to have like a cup, when I have I have to play 1 turn where I play Rhythm, and then the next turn I need to go infinite. So there's not a whole lot that I'm actually doing here. So you can rewind and look at my card list, but I just want to get the ball rolling. So let me make sure I have a nice expensive potion that I want to put on the case. I think this was my most instant potion. Oh, I've already got one. I've got a second one just in case things don't work out with customer number one. Like if they have low patience and I draw the wrong cards. What I've discovered is that if you try to sell this potion to customer number one and whether you sell it to them or not, it's taken off the shelf. So the next customer, you don't get to sell that same potion to the next customer, even if nobody bought it. It goes back into your inventory and you have to manually put it back on the shelf again. So that's something I discovered the hard way. I tried to do it with just one potion on the shelf. I had bad RNG and then it just ended the sale session. So these two are just backups, but I really just want to sell one potion today for an outrageous markup, just to show that, you know, over 9,000, the meme is real. So who have we got? A peppy professional. Oh yeah. I want to spend some money if that's all right with you. Yes. And how? Oh, you have no idea what you're getting into, peppy professional. You're on top of the world. You know what? I'll accept. Usually I don't bother accepting those things, but it's the least I could do after what I'm about to put you through. I have to be a little bit careful. I don't have a ton of patience banked, so I'm gonna play improv. So what I like to do on turn one is if I can draw all my one cost cards, then what did I do? I played a jingle. That's right. I forgot that was a thing. If I can draw all of my one cost cards, then my improv and my improvs and my captivates just become like a sort of an infinite loop. Doesn't look like it's happening right now, though. I could play another captivate. I think I'd rather just play a mulligan. I just want to bank some extra patience just so I don't lose this customer no matter how bad my luck is next turn. So Jingle, right now Jingle is bugged. Like you actually, if the card doesn't, it can actually bring the cost down to the negative. So Jingle and Rhythm are both bugged in that respect. So it's kind of awesome for us, but I read the patch notes and it was listed as a known issue. Just sort of watch out for that in future patches. Eventually looks like Jingle's gonna get fixed eventually, so that if the card didn't already cost 2 or more, then Jingle's not actually, you have to actually think before you play. You actually need an expensive card for it to be a net positive for you. Which is, I mean, that's totally fair, but either way the game's already broken just because Rhythm and Improv exist. But whatever. Okay, where's my Improvs and my Captivates? So, just to get myself started here, I'd like to bank a little bit of patience. What's this debuff they're applying? It's just a flat 2 stress, every turn, but there's only going to be one more turn, so that's totally fine. Okay, so what else can I do? I want to make my hand smaller so these things are not quite so close to the edge of my screen. So all these 2 costers, let me just get rid of them. So Improv cannot draw those 2 costers. I want to bank just a little bit of patience just as insurance for any, if next turn, if I draw bad next turn, I still want to be in good shape. Well, let's see, I can see the 6 cards that are going to be on top of my deck. I've got 2 copies of Serenity of the Mind, so that's that. As long as I have patience stored up, that's guaranteed to be a good turn.
So I probably already have enough, actually.
could play Shock Factor this turn, but because I like the cards that are on top of my deck, I'm just gonna wait until next turn to do all that good stuff. But yeah, an Improv and 2 Captivates is net positive 1 patience, which is already good enough. It's not as fast as actually having as my rhythm turn will be. I can play this once because it sets the duration to 2. Next turn the duration will be 1, but the first stack will already be in effect. Okay. What am I doing here? I think I've got rhythm. Who could ask for anything more? That's a reference, you know. Alright, so I think I'm pretty good. I've got enough patience stored up. And look at this. Okay, so let me search through and talk about. Reduces all interest gained by 25%. So what happens? Does it add to the duration? No, it sets the duration to exactly 2, and then it raises that number. Now it's being reduced by 50%. That's crazy. That's just, yeah. Serenity of the Mind. Let's get this Flattery out of my hand. But, okay, let's play the Shock Factor. So minus 75%. One more. That wasn't it. Come on. Okay. I need to draw some cards here. What's going on? Mulligan. I want to at least have some improvs in my hand, or else I might be in trouble. But anyways, Shock Factor. Now, okay, now I'm not applying any interest whatsoever. So there we go. Is there any other cards I can get out of my hand? I can get, yeah, all these 2-cost cards that don't draw, I want to just get them out of my hand so they're not in the way. Now, I just want to play improv. See how ridiculous this game is. I had no idea that the shocked debuff was so exploitable. It's just like crazy busted. I never even bothered to test it because I just assumed that it would only stack the duration. Because why would it work the way that it does? They just, I don't know if that's something they're gonna patch out. Do they even know that that's how it works? I don't know, but I'm gonna go ahead and play this out before they patch it. And you know, they can't force me to download the patch. I'm gonna make sure I get that number over 9,000 before this video is over. Oh, I forgot to lower my stress. Let's fix that. Oh no, I didn't, because I was drawing the Meditate. I need my other copy of, crap, I need my other copy of, Improv. Okay, it's not the end of the world, it's just a little bit, it's gonna slow me down a little bit. So Flattery, see, it doesn't stack, the way Flattery works, it only stacks the duration, so there are other things like that, I just assumed that everything was gonna be like that, but it's not. What is the deal? Okay, there's my 2 improvs. Oh no, I accidentally ran out of patience. I screwed it up. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Okay, wow. not do that again. I mean, I've got a rhythm in play. What am I even doing right now? Oh, next turn doesn't even look that good. I was so busy trying to make my hands smaller that I forgot to check that I still had patience left over. Okay, let's stop being silly. I do need to play that meditate at some point. I just don't have enough cards to make my mulligans work for me until I get a little bit extra here. Okay. Stress is at 0. Let's make sure we just... Yeah, what I should have done last time is I should have just played improv repeatedly as early as I could. I do need to play shock factor a couple more times, so I will have to do this. Just watch my patience, make sure I don't run out. Okay, 100%. I've already played that as much as I need to. Oh no. Wait, there's my drawer. Okay, as long as my draws don't die off, I'm fine for now. Extra patience, extra patience. Make my hands smaller. Where's my draw cards? Oh, there's one. Okay, I've got both my improvs. I think I've got 2 improvs. I'm probably drawing everything just fine right now. But I don't want to play anything except for improv if I can help it. Okay. Okay, it looks like I'm down to nothing but 0 costers now, so can I just play the 3 cards now? I think so. This time I didn't put a closer in my deck because it's just one more thing I don't have to worry about misclicking, even though technically Hustle is a plus 15% sale price, which is like playing Craftsmanship 5 times. But just having it in my deck and trying to make sure I don't click on it was just, for something that I had to run for such a long amount of time, having one card that is instant death is just too much of a liability. I didn't want to have to think about. feels like a bug. If this is really how if they really wanted this mechanic to be in the game, then it's kind of crazy. It's already crazy enough that rhythm and improv are already in the game, and you get them from the same character. That's just the icing on the crazy cake. It's not like you're not going to discover that synergy. It's like literally the 5th card is improv, and then that character's 6th card is rhythm. Like that. I mean, that combo is just staring you right in the face. Is it going to take to get over 9,000? Probably a good while longer, huh? Oh, you know what? I need to... My screen was a little bit clipped. I had to fix it, so... Sorry, I just had a spider sense that something was not right with my setup, and it's because I'm not playing in full screen mode, so every time in between recordings, if I change the screen side because I accidentally click and drag on the corner, it throws the whole thing off because I had to set up kind of manually, and it just remembers where the boundaries were last time, and then I have to, in the recording software, I have to adjust it. I didn't, so I don't know. I think it should have been clear enough what I was doing here. Fit a lot of craftsmanship into this bad boy. Thump's hood. That's a meme, right? Yeah, that is a meme. And I also feel kind of called out as a jazz musician because I'm playing this card called improv, but I'm actually doing the same thing over and over again. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Jazz is hard. Yeah. I do end up repeating myself a lot because, like, you find a lick and you're like, it's really hard to not do, like, minor rehash, you know, minor tweaks on stuff you've already done. Like, intentionally doing something different from what you just did is actually pretty hard. Just riff and see what happens, and then what does the riff do? Improv, and then you just improv straight into saying the 2 or 3 craftsmanship quotes over and over again. Ooh, this is gonna take a long time. It's only at 670. We gotta get it over 9,000. We gotta get the meme. The meme is the dream. because even if I play them kind of in the wrong order, as long as I play the card that's like right here, it's going to be one of the last. It's going to be one of those. So even whether I have 1, 2, or all 3 of those cards in my hand, one of them is going to be right here where the cursor is right now. And it can be slightly inefficient because the most time efficient way is to play the craftsmanships and then the improv. But even if you overplay the improv, eventually you'll always keep hitting the craftsmanships too. And with an auto clicker, it's not that the lost time doesn't hurt you as much because it's just the auto clicker that has to sit through the nonsense. Okay, so if I get up to 9,000, plus 9,000 percentage will be about 10 times what it is now. It would be nice to have a single potion be worth the entire amount of your debt, but it would have to be more than 9,000. It would have to be like 3 times as much. It would have to be like 25 or 30,000. Craftsmanship is actually, it's not a totally busted card all by itself, but the fact that you can set up an infinite, and especially the fact that you can gain unlimited patience and have it not apply interest. Like, if the interest gain of this card were not affected by any, modifiers whatsoever, and were just completely unavoidable, that would actually be a pretty good balancing lever that's, like, immune to lots of things. Because the non-exploit version of this, well, it's still kind of exploity, but just going infinite and playing craftsmanship until you feel like the gauge is sort of acceptable. It's powerful, but it's not like unlimited. You're not just staring at the face of infinity like you are now. So, it's a little bit crazy. I feel like a lot of cards in this game are not designed around the fact that there exists, this infinite that sort of blows everything else out of the water. Like, if it were impossible to go infinite and bank all the patience you could ever ask for, then a lot of the cards in the game would be kind of alright if, patience is sort of finite and you're going to run out. In that kind of situation, a lot of the cards that just raise interest by a lot or, close the sale with a bonus, all those would be pretty cool. But you have something this broken, it's like everything else just can't handle at all. It's kind of sad. Man, how long have we been doing this? Half an hour. Well, that's including the preamble and the first customer where I made the mistake. When I was trying to whittle my hand down and I accidentally used up all of my patience points. That was a real downer. much money is this every each time? Let me check. Yeah, I'm only getting like 100 gold or so, yeah, like 150, 120-ish. Like 121, like, or maybe, I think there's also rounding to contend with, yeah. Yeah, there's rounding, so the rounding, it's not the exact same gold amount every time. So that time it was like 121, was it? That one time was 120. Yeah. But yeah, a little more than 120 each time I play craftsmanship. It's just really crazy. It's like, what do you need? You just need draw cards, you need improv, rhythm, craftsmanship. Mulligan is really, really nice. That's like, I think it's after chapter 3. It's not even, but you don't even really need Mulligan, it just makes it a lot more consistent. Yeah, I don't even remember what Sidrill's favorite gift is, but you just give Sid gifts as often as you possibly can. Get her relationship level up to 6. And then you break the game. I mean, that's... it's like, I think sometime sometime during chapter 2, and if you well, I know it's like right. It might happen the second half of chapter 2, so it might be tricky to get it online in time. But you know, chapter 3 at the latest, you can start doing everything that I'm doing here, basically. Like, you can make it. You could, if you did this long enough, you could very early in chapter 3, maybe even the middle of chapter 2, if you're really strategic. In theory, get 1,000,000 gold by doing this, you know, not just for, you know, not just for an hour, but like, if you had a click bot and ran it overnight, you know, you could have 1,000,000 gold before the end of chapter 2. But it would take a lot longer because the base value of the potion that you're going to have in chapter 2 is only going to be, you know, a tenth as much as this potion I have near the end of chapter 5. But it's very doable. Relatively early in the game too. It's just insane. I mean, Mulligan, not having Mulligan is what makes it hard to do it in chapter 2, but then you could still throw in Scheme. I know I'm making use of Saffron has a draw 5 that's really powerful. So for consistency, I used all the big guns for this that I could get, that, you know, everything that's available. Oops, oh crap, I accidentally played that. Captivate, don't want to do that. Let's play the craftsmanship, so we're back on track. Nope, didn't mean to play that. There we go. If I want to experience the meme, I need to go faster. Gotta go fast. Flawless because it looks stinky to me. Yeah, it looks very smelly. But, yeah, I'm just saying. happens when you're not exploiting the shock debuff is it goes a lot faster because sure you get 3% from playing craftsmanship, but also this meter's filling up, and then you get jumps of like plus 15 or plus 20 or so, which and then it eventually ends. So, but all that with a getting like 60% or so from this, and then another 60 or so percent from craftsmanship. You get it tends to add up to plus 150 or plus 200 or so, and then the bonus from your shelf and all that. But it adds up a lot faster, but then it hits a ceiling and then it's over. But here it's just a slow climb that never accelerates, it just stays there for a long time. Plus 2,000's been like 43 minutes. Oh yeah, that's... Let's make those numbers go up. Taking a long time, but we're trying to, but like, if this were like your real job in real life, like, I mean, we're making like pretty, like 120 gold. If gold were like dollars, then this would be pretty solid. It's like at least $25 per second, maybe 50 or 75-ish. And even if this were pennies instead of dollars, it's still not too terrible. Like, yeah. Like if I forget what it started out at like 4,000 or no, it started out at 7,000. So just from the work that I've been doing, it's been like, yeah, if that were pennies, then like $700 for the amount of work that we've done so far would be pretty acceptable. If this were like an actual job in real life. But yeah, like you start out with $1 million gold worth of debt, and if this is all you had to do, I mean, it's not super duper fast, but you could, very clearly in just one work day get the full $1 million. It's not the most fun thing in the world from a video game perspective, but from the point of view of like, what is work? What is it like having an actual job? What does it actually take to raise $1 million? How long should it take? How many things do you have to pull together to make it happen? This would be a pretty good deal. I mean, you just need a potion whose base value is like 7,000, but the base value is really around like half that, because it starts with this number was like at plus 100, so it was like really more like 3,000 something. But anyway, yeah, the point is that it feels slow because we're trying to jump up to a big number as fast as we can. scheme of the game, this is like, for most stages of the game, what we're doing right now is, the gold gain per second is higher than it is for, most of the game, like the first few chapters. Above 100 grand sale price on this potion, so it looks like we're not running out of digits. Once if I can get it over 9,000, well, that's gonna take a long time. But once I get it over 9,000, I probably want to try to get over 10,000 just to see if the percentage is capped at 5 digits, or if that number keeps going. Clearly, this number is capable of incorporating this, 6 figures. Let's see how many digits. I probably will not be able to exhaust the number of digits with the amount of finite patients that I'm bringing to this table here. To get over 1 million, I would have to be like, this number would have to be like 24,000, which is like a little bit more than I really want to do. I accidentally played Captivate, but I didn't play the other craftsmanship, so I still only played 2 cards before I played Improv, which is the most important thing. I don't want to accidentally break my combo and then have to take a mulligan. That would really upset my rhythm. But yeah, it is, in real life time, it is a bit faster to just, it is a good bit faster to just brew an entire cauldron's worth of master potions. And then just craftsmanship this meter all the way full and sell them not for, you can sell 10 of these for plus 250 faster than, I feel like it's faster than selling one of them for plus a huge number. minute. Oh man, I just need to get good. But I really am trying to play this card 3,000 times. I mean, that's apparently a thing that I'm trying to do right now. And improv, I'm trying to play 1,500 times. Pretty rough. I need a speed potion in real life. Oh, crap. Probably a stamina potion, a tolerance potion. Yeah, need lots. Lots if these potions are real. I probably want a lot of them right now. And we're a third of the way there. How about that? This video is like shaping up to be like 3 hours long. Maybe slightly less than that, but pretty close to it at the current speed. I'm not sure we can even go that much faster either. is still, we're still not even half of the meme number. We'd like to get 4501. Yes, well, yeah, this infinite is very slow. If the idea were to sort of speedrun certain financial benchmarks for this game, I don't even know what the strategy would be. Presumably the any percent speedrun just for winning against the final encounter, I don't know, involves some kind of strategy that's totally different from this, because going infinite is just not a very good turnover on time spent in real life. Because what do you need to do? You need to buy just enough hardware so that you can brew the potions that win the competitions. And, you need to keep springboarding to have just enough to thrive in the next chapter, but then, yeah, you need to secure some ingredients in the meantime as well to keep doing that. So it's kind of an interesting question, but I feel like, yeah, some of the other cards, if the idea is to just minimize the amount of time you spend in a haggling session just in real life, or like a minutes and seconds speedrun, that could be this game is probably a lot more interesting to speedrun than memorizing in advance what kind of ingredients you have to throw in the cauldron to make things just come together with low effort. And it's probably a pretty interesting game to speedrun, except for like some of the skimming through some of the dialogues is probably a pain in the butt. But yeah, a speedrun would probably be a lot more interesting than what I'm doing right now. Other than the fact that this exploit even exists in the first place is maybe sort of interesting in its own right. Because I have a baby that's probably going to wake up in an hour, or if I'm lucky, 2 hours. If I'm unlucky, you can wake up any minute. It's probably, on average, usually he would wake up an hour and a half-ish from now. But it would not be completely unheard of for him to just wake up, like, right now. So, if we're going to be real here, it's just... it'd be not typical, but it would be very within the realm of ordinary at the same time. It'd be just a little bit unlucky, I guess. But yeah, trying to push this percentage counter over... Ah, crap. I did the thing. I played 4 cards instead of 3. I played a Captivate and 3 Craftsmanships before I played the Improv, and the Improv did not draw the other Improv. So we are just having to play Mulligan. I do have Serenity of the Mind, so that's cool. And yeah, look at this, the Quinn card that I need to make this work, that's only his third, or there. Quinn is a they, so that's only their third unlock. So really getting Sid to relationship level 6 is the real bottleneck on when can you actually put all this together. Yeah, getting the Walrus to 3 is also a pretty important, big deal. Let's make my hand smaller, though. Let's go ahead and play these 2 jingles. And let's... Okay, there's a Serenity. How do I make it smaller? both my improvs and then basically nothing else. Okay, I don't want to play anything that's gonna get redrawn. I want to get the rhythms out of my hand. Good old artistry. Man, I slowed myself down quite a bit with that little detour. Sure, we can stack shocked even higher. Make my hand smaller. Make my hand smaller. Okay, there we go. Now we can just play the... Unfortunately, that Captivate is right there, tempting me to make the same mistakes all over again. Yeah, I just lost a couple of minutes there. It's really frustrating. It's like... It's another, like, 100 percentage points that I could have been gaining in the meantime. Are we there yet? No, we're not. halfway there. Yeah, this is, oh man, this is draining me quite a bit. things going, Burr? Things we do for love, huh? Proverbially speaking, I'm not sure what it is that I even love right now that would make me do what I'm doing. I guess I love big numbers. But the problem with big numbers is that to make big numbers, you have to add a lot of little numbers. And the bigger the numbers, the more little numbers you have to add. That's how numbers work. Three is a small number, and 9,000 is sort of a big number. It's not the biggest number. There are bigger numbers. There are numbers that are over 9,000, but it feels like a big number when you count it by threes. For sure, it feels like a pretty big number. And it's really 2/3 of 3, because it takes 3 cards to get 6. So it's really like we're counting by 2s, really, because the improv and the 2 craftsmanships. Only getting 2% per card on average when I don't make any mistakes. Even if I'm just looking at the timer again, even if I don't make any mistakes, even if I keep good speed by my standards, even if I keep up pace, it's gonna have to go a little over 2 hours at the very least if I'm gonna go over 9,000. Getting 1,000,000 gold from a single potion, and it's just, that's a little bit far away right now. That's just give it some credit. That is definitely an increasing number. Seems like a nice number. Past the 2/3 mark. thing that's kind of interesting is that way up here on the upper right, this number seems to be capped at a 6-digit number. I wonder if this number gets any bigger. Like, does it make room for a new digit when you get there? Because even without this exploit, if in the late game, if you open your shop and sell your, create and sell potions in chapter, or in the 5th week or 5th chapter, or whatever you want to call it, I feel like even without shading 1,000,000, this should be pretty doable. You'd have to cut back on the socializing quite a bit, just sort of pick your favorite cards and ignore everybody else. But if you open your shop like 3 times per day, yeah, it doesn't take that long to, you can easily get in 5th chapter with superior or supreme potions, to fill up all the shelves and all that. I feel like you can pretty easily get 100 grand in one shopping cycle. So it really should only take a few days to get 1,000,000 if you had only the best potions, and if you had advertisements piled on top of that and whatever else. I am kind of curious what happens if you get over 1,000,000. I think we're not going to find out in this particular video. I would have to find out some other time, because reaching 1,000,000 would take like more than twice as long as just trying to get the percentage over 9,000, or maybe 10,000, just to test whether this number is capped at 4 digits or not, the percentage thingy. played the improv before I played the other craftsmanship, so the Captivate did not have a chance to ruin my rhythm. Like I wasn't gonna be forced to play them all again and redraw my hand there, because I caught myself in time. But yeah, I really hated when I play that Captivate by mistake. Slightly easier to just use 2 is better than 1. It's not strictly necessary, but if I use 2 is better than 1 to make an extra copy of improv, then I would have like an extra improv lying around as a buffer in between the cards I want to play and the cards that I don't want to play. That might have been pretty convenient here, actually. Accidentally misclicked outside of the game window because I'm playing in windowed mode, because apparently I don't never learn from my mistakes. I should always play in full screen if I'm going to try to record it, especially if I'm going to be playing for this long. So it was, misclicking outside the screen is sort of a little bit like an alt tab. We're at 7,000% markup. copies of improv, one of the improvs draws the other one, and you never have, or once you start playing the improvs as you normally draw a card, you never have both at the same time because it can't draw itself. That's just kind of just how the under the hood the mechanics are. The card fully resolves before it goes into your discard pile. So that's why when I play, yeah, like what I just did, or if I just do that, see, the improv, it should draw 2 improvs if we were going to draw 3, actually draw 3 cards, but it can't draw itself with one of the 3 cards, so you can only draw the other one. But if I had 2 is better than 1, I could have a 3rd improv, so I could have 2 in my hand, and then I play 1, I would draw the 3rd one, and it would be really super duper stable. I like that because if I was only going to try to fit 1 more card in my hand, an extra copy of improv would be fine here. Nope, wrong card. Then I didn't play though. Caught myself and then. were speed potions that actually made you 6 times as fast, how much money would those sell for in real life? Because with like like with a potion like this, like a six, you know, an excursion to fight monsters that usually takes, you know, basically there's 8 ticks in a day, so it's basically 1 tick is basically 3 hours, so 18 hours gets cut down by a factor of 6 to like a 1 tick, 3 hours. But yeah, if you could, something could make it go 6 times as fast for you know, for a 6-hour period. Yeah, that excursion that would have lasted 18 hours, it now lasts 3 hours. So for 3 hours, you can move 6 times as fast. Like, you know, who would really need that? I don't know, but like, just the fact that it even exists. If you, let's say if there was only one of them in the world, you could sell it for a ton. I mean, I don't know. The supply and demand economics, if they were available on a larger scale, that would be a whole other issue. But if you just had just one, or maybe just several doses of this potion available, you could definitely sell them individually for a huge sum. Like, I don't know. Obviously, they would probably not be allowed in athletic actual competitions, but just for like entertainment purposes or something, I don't know. Like, it's just pretty weird to think about, but I mean, unless the government just wanted to disappear the person who discovered it completely, just because it's too weird. But if it were somehow still legal, it would be worth a lot. So I think 300,000 gold is to move 6 times as fast for 3 hours. It's just hard to put a number on that, but if we are going to put a number on it, it's going to be a big one. And I think that's only fair if you really think about it. You could probably make the same argument about health potions, if those were somehow something that could actually exist in real life. Chug this, and then you fight against a wild animal like that. It would have been a toss-up, you know, like maybe would have borderline incapacitated you. Like, I don't even know. Like, it's really hard to say what kind of animal is a nice 50-50 matchup, because like a small dog even could, like even cats. Like cats, they can slice you up pretty bad, and if you don't. Like, they slice you up faster than you can, like, use your superior size and weight advantage. I mean, that's no joke. You can die if you got in a real fight with a real cat and you just didn't, like... wrong card. But, anyways, how much damage would a health potion cure if it were real? Let's say, yeah, if you drink this potion, and then you could go and fight with the cat, and it would like heal you up faster than it could slice you, and then you could you know, come out, you could kill the cat and come out unblemished. That would be a pretty sad use of a health potion, but I don't know. Needless to say, it would be an unfair advantage in like MMA and boxing and stuff like that. I was reading about some survey that they asked the U.S. and the U.K. like citizens what animals they think they could or could not win a fight against, and something like 3% of Americans think that they could beat up a bear, and that's just hilarious. You know, if you knew anything at all about that, that's just laughably wrong. It's like, nope, you need like serious high-powered weapons to deal with that, or you need like a lot of friends with spears at the very least, just to. It just, yeah. But I forget where was the line where it started to be like 50-50, like. I think like a large dog. I think people, Americans were like 50-50, and then the British were like, who's actually tougher? I don't know, maybe, but definitely consistently Americans were more likely to think that they could beat up anybody. Which is, hand to hand, no guns or anything like that, just no knives, just your two hands and your will to live. Even a goose, like, you think you can beat up a goose, but can you really? Like, geese are just kind of, if they get it, I mean, obviously the eyes and the throat, if they get a good solid peck in your eye, like, I don't know, could be pretty disastrous. And we're coming very close to the 2-hour mark. We're definitely not keeping this under 2 hours. Oh no. Improv, draw my other improv, please. No, you hate me. Okay. Crap, I screwed up again. Alright, well, here's Mulligan. Let me just... Come on, can I get the thing going again? There's improv. There's improv. And I did not draw my other improv. Eventually I need to be able to draw both my improvs. I've got way too many cards in my hand, but... Okay, now I just need to make my hand smaller, so I can play 2 cards that don't... Or, those are 2 cards that will get redrawn with my improv. I want to bank a little bit of patience just in case I screw up again, but I need to get some other cards out of my hand. I don't want to get... I don't want to draw more cards. I'm trying to make my hand smaller here. Should I make my hand just a little bit smaller? Oh yeah, that one especially. Okay, these 2 that cost 1 are actually card drawers, so I can't play those. I can only just... Okay. Here we are again. Home stretch, right? To decide, am I going to try to get the 5-digit number, or am I just going to go for the meme? Because the meme is pretty close to a 5-digit number, but it's just barely far enough away that it's like a non-trivial effort to keep going. try to get it to over 9,000, and then I can stop the video and then restart, and just to get a shorter video just to see what happens when it gets up to, you know, see if it actually goes over 10,000 as a separate shorter video. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to have to break it up, because I mean, in theory I could splice the videos together with software. It's just, it's a bit of a process, and then it takes a while to, you know, 2 large videos, splicing them together into a new video file. There's a compiling process that takes a bit of computer time. You just have to set your computer, let it go burr, and then for like multi-hour video, it takes, yeah, it takes you know, a comparable amount of time for the software to collect all that information and reformat it into one continuous thing. For some reason, it just, I don't know exactly how it works under the hood. It's sort of complicated, so I don't want to assume that it should be faster than it is, because there's probably a good reason that it takes as long as it does. It's just, yeah, I've done that before, and it's a process. Apparently, they're not just like 2 bricks that you just put one right after the other and then call it a day. Like, I don't know, apparently, like, the flow of it is just, I don't know, it takes a bit of finessing or something, I don't know. I would like to go to the restroom at some point. I think 2 hours with, you know, it's been more than 2 hours since the last time I went to the restroom, and drank half a can of a whole can of sparkling water in the meantime. I like my sparkling water, but paying the price for it. Maybe I can get this done before the baby wakes up. That would be pretty cool. The dream is alive, but, you know, it could be down to the wire. Baby's finally asleep. I got like a few hours to myself, and I'm doing this. I'm like, I should really be questioning my life choices, but, you know, this isn't the dumbest thing I've ever done. I don't want to comment on the dumbest things I've ever done any further than to say that this isn't it. Potion that makes you run 6 times as fast. It's not quite as strong, as good as Compound V if you know about the boys. And, you know, they're, because, like, yeah, the speed of sound. How many times faster? Oh crap! I accidentally dragged the window again. Let me resize it back to normal again. I think it's more in the order of not just 6 times as fast, but it's kind of in the thousands. How much times faster is the speed of sound than how fast a human can run in real life? I mean, like, a human can run like top speeds of like 10 or 15 miles per hour. It's more than 10 miles per hour because it's 6-minute miles, 10 miles per hour. So sustainably, 10 is, for a long amount of time, 10 is pretty impressive for a human. So top speed's maybe twice that, I don't know. What does the speed sound like, 500 per hour? I don't know. So this speed potion is like not as strong as Compound V, but it would still be supernatural. Something that, something that makes you run 6 times as fast is just not going to happen in real life. Ever. So I was reluctant as this person has to buy the potion. In some universes, it would definitely be worth a lot more than 350,000 gold. In this particular universe where these potions are commonplace, okay, well, maybe it's dubious. But what can you do? So close. If I can get it around the 2 hours and 15-minute mark, that would be pretty cool. So it's going to be exactly 9,000, but that's not the meme. The meme isn't, it's 9,000. The meme is, it's over 9,000! That's not how he says it, sorry. Oh, well. Yeah. Why am I still going? It's over 9,000, that's like... That's the meme. Let's see if I can get the 5 digits. Now, getting that number up to 1 million gold is like a little bit more than I'm willing to do here. I don't think I'm willing to do that, either getting 5 nines here or getting it over 10,000 just to verify that additional digits are allowed by the code. Either of those outcomes would be of interest right now. Oh, you know what? I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna put a stop here, and then maybe I'll start a new recording. But yeah, over 9,000. We did it.